Welcome to newspaper analysis session of 27th May. Main headings of the day. So Bangladesh army at odds with the government on the Myanmar corridor. We have been recently discussing a lot about the Northeast. I have discussed with you Kaladan multimodal project. So if you remember the Kaladan project, we are developing this project in the Rakhine province of the Myanmar. This project is connecting your West Bengal's port with your Sitwe port, which is in the Rakhine state. So now you need to connect various logics, various things that are happening. We do not know officially, but yeah, it is being said that USA wants some control in the Myanmar's Rakhine province, and for that they are taking the support of the Bangladesh. We do not know. Okay, so currently a deal has happened between the USA and the Bangladesh, where they are developing a humanitarian corridor. Can you see here? Okay, so they are talking about the humanitarian corridor where they are trying to, let me show you which. Okay, before I take up, okay, let's go through this line. Speaking at the press conference briefing in the Dhaka, Shafiqul Islam hinted at divergence with the interim government's initiative to start a humanitarian corridor to the Myanmar's Rakhine province, home to the persecuted Rohingya Muslims, and said that army will not compromise on that matter. So, interim government, they want to relocate the Rohingyas from the Bangladesh to their original province. You might be knowing that, okay, these Rohingyas are the Muslim community. Basically, they used to live in the Myanmar's Rakhine state. Okay, but because of the security threat, they have been migrated to different locations. One is Bangladesh and another is in India. Okay. So, like recently, US government is saying because of the humanitarian assistance, in order to make the humanitarian assistance, we are allowing to develop a human corridor project where these Rohingyas will be relocated to their original state. This is the same Rakhine province. With this, the USA wants to basically control both the Myanmar and the Bangladesh. You need to understand. Okay, why Myanmar? Okay, currently whatever the regime, okay, is there. Okay, they are little pro China, but USA don't want China's influence or India's influence in the Myanmar. Okay, they want to control, have their presence both in the West, Bangladesh and the Myanmar. So they are trying to make some kind of arrangements. The present interim government is pro-USA and they are supporting for these kind of arrangements. Somehow it is said, we do not know, we can't say this thing officially, it is said that the army is little pro-India. Okay. Even it is said that the Awami League, okay, taken down with the support of the USA, because the Awami League, previous government that used to be there in the Bangladesh, they have not supported this kind of facility by the USA. So there might be some kind of external support to overthrow the existing government. Somehow Awami League is pro to us. So now it is being said that we are trying to bring back the old kind of regime. So some internal disturbances are going on and a lot is happening there. And this is important to us because we are trying to build a project there. Having stability in that area is very important for us. Now let me read few more lines there from there. See here. Creation of so-called humanitarian corridor that was being planned to connect Chittagong with the Rakhine province of Myanmar amidst apprehension that the corridor might turn into a security challenge as it would entail partnering with the non-state actors such as the Arakan army. There is some extremist group, Arakan group. Okay, that is not the government, local extremist group. They are against the junta. Junta means their army, the Myanmar army. Okay, so USA is pro to this Arkan army and also pro towards the present interim government. No, some kind of influence they want to maintain in that province and in that with the Bangladesh. So with this, they want to hit two gods, India and China. Okay, even China has interest in the Myanmar. Even India is also developing this project. Basically, USA want to hurt the interest of the China, but it is hurting our interest also, because we are developing which project? Kalagan multimodal project. Now you see how many things that are being interconnected here. Okay, so when you understand in a story format, things are becoming easy gradually every day something you are learning. Okay, first you have learned we need to develop this Kalagan multimodal project to get access to northern bypassing the Bangladesh. Now you have added one more addition. Okay, this province, whatever the province in which we are planning, okay, that is facing this, Rakhine province is facing instability. Who is the group controlling? Okay, they might give, okay, this like what is the army? Arkan army. Okay, in the news is associated with which country? They can ask these kind of match the following. Okay, they might give African country, they might give Myanmar, and they will give Bangladesh. So when you have clarity and when you understand this thing as a kind of story, things will not become very difficult for you. Okay, so let's see what will happen. You might now if you can connect with various things. So Trump is saying something against India. Okay, I am the one who brokered the deal. Okay, I am the one who supported the deal between the India and the Pakistan. India is saying no. Okay, because it is India's policy that we don't entertain third party. If something happens with any country, we will deal bilaterally. Why will we involve the third party? And this is not India does not also agree. It is a kind of discussion or negotiation between two equal parties. We don't see Pakistan as an equal partner to India. How can that country be the equal partner to India, like equal level to India? Their economy, it's a kind of failed state. Their economy is nowhere close to India's economy. We are the fourth largest economy. Okay, so that's what the USA is trying to do. Maybe they are supporting more Pakistan. They're also say in order to control the Iran, probably they want more presence in the Balochistan province. Okay, so that's how again we are developing the Chabahar port. Okay, there is a Gwadar port in the Pakistan. Okay, so they want to maintain their presence there. So somehow USA is trying to maintain its presence in the South Asia. It is highly unreliable. USA. Sometimes they will say, okay, you are pro, we are pro with you. Okay, sometimes they'll give hand. Okay, so that's why we should be having our own strategy. Okay, sometimes it is also said that maybe we should be able to resolve issues with the China, and India, China, Pakistan axis can give a good answer if it is required to the USA. Okay, so currently it appears that there are no proper relationships with the US, but we do not know. Okay, so we'll wait and watch. We will see how it will happen, because they are also making now this defense deal with the Turkey also. Turkey is supplying drones to the Pakistan. Again, that is also affecting us. So these things are happening up. We still do not know what kind of scenarios that may come in the future. So we need to wait and watch, and we need to be updated. Okay, so now things are getting clear for you. Even the international affairs, international relationships, things are becoming easy for you. Why this thing has come up? Now containers from Libya sank off the Kochi's coast. This is what we have done yesterday. We have done regarding the oil spilling. What are the measures? What are the impacts? We have done comprehensively. Okay, the same thing that is going on. So this was the thing I was talking about yesterday also. Okay, somehow I gave in the PDF, but I forgot to discuss. Bharat forecast system set to give sharper rain alerts. This was developed by the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, which is under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Basically, we have Indian Meteorological Department to give us weather related information, when the rainfalls will happen, when the cyclones will happen. Okay, now currently they have given orange alert in the Mumbai floods. So this is the body which will give you the weather analysis. They will also give you kind of warnings. If there is a scenario of more strong severe cyclones, they will give you the warning. They will release the various weather alerts. They will be using some kind of technology Now they have got advanced technology because of this Bharat forecast system, which was developed by this Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. So are we clear at this? Now see, in the prelims, they may ask simple question about directly about this Bharat forecast system, but we will not stop there. Our preparation should be so forward looking. Now see, I will study in this manner. Can you see here the context? Our Indian Meteorological Department is receiving high resolution Bharat forecast system today. Very simple news. Who is developing that? Under the Ministry of the Earth Sciences, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. That's it. So with this, we are going to get more precise information, more accurate information. So our weather prediction will become very true. Okay, you might have seen as a kind of like a sarcasm. Okay, they'll say if there is rain if they say today it is going to rain, okay, it is not going, it will not happen. So these kind of things you might have seen in the movies also. Okay, so that's why they are going, like say, improving the technology and doing various things. See here, this is even this Indian Meteorological Department is under the Ministry of the Earth Sciences. In this way, they will release various color codes during the floods, during the cyclones, and this is same thing. Okay, green means fine, everything is fine. Yellow means be aware, orange means be prepared, remain vigilant, keep up to date with latest forecasts and take precautions where possible. Currently in the Mumbai floods, this is orange has been released. Okay, red means take action. Even during the cyclones, they will be doing the same thing. Now, what we need to understand is they can ask simple this kind of factual question, green, yellow and orange in the prelims, but I don't even expect that level of small questions from the UPSC. So we have to understand everything about the Ministry of the Earth Sciences. Now see. Now, what is this Ministry of Earth Sciences? Understand this thing. Under this ministry, you have the Indian Meteorological Department. Okay. So, what else this ministry has? The Ministry of Earth Sciences under the Government of India is mandated to provide services for weather, climate and the coastal state, hydrology, seismology and natural hazards. Okay. So, this will do this will do studies even for the it will do monitor wherever the possibility of the earthquakes. We will call it as a seismic waves. These are the waves that are responsible to cause earthquakes. Earthquakes means simply in one word we have to say what is earth. Earth means earth. Quake means movement. Okay. So who are causing that movement, shaking of the earth surface? Seismic waves. Okay. So if I if I am very stronger like Bahubali, okay, like if I bang something here, okay, if some cracks or happened all over there, then you will fall down, right? Why? Because energy is traveling to you in the form of waves. In the same way, when the earth surface beneath our crust cracks, something breaks, energy is released. These energy is released in the form of the waves, which we will call as a seismic waves. Now, these are the one responsible for the earthquakes, and so the Ministry of Earth Sciences will be tracking these things as well. Can you see here? Seismology and earthquake research. Comprising over 100 seismic stations, this network monitors seismic activity across India. This is one thing. In the same way, very important thing, they are also responsible for monitoring the tsunamis. INCOIs they have. Okay, this was a famous question. Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. INCOIs provide ocean information advisory services including tsunami warnings. Can you see its role, Ministry of Earth Sciences role in the disaster management? Okay, they are monitoring seismic waves as well as this thing. And they are also supporting the Indian Meteorological Department. And they are also doing research for the Center for Maritime Living Resources and Ecology. Even this thing is also in the news. Okay, which one? National Center for Polar and Ocean Research. This is also one of the organ under this Ministry of Earth Sciences. They are basically helping to do research in the Antarctic area. We are carrying various missions in the Antarctic. Okay, like Maitri, some other missions are there. Okay, so we are conducting research programs in those glacier areas. If Antarctica melts down, okay, so it is going to have serious repercussions to us. Okay, it is going to cause so much damage to us in terms of the weather and the climate change. So if you can see here, they have mentioned to explore, harness marine living and non-living sources in a sustainable manner for the country and to explore 3 poles of the earth. Arctic, Antarctic and Himalayas is considered as a third pole. Understand this thing, because they are always covered with ice. When the ice is covered for the larger areas, then we will call it as a glaciers. Snowfall, when the snowfall deposit for the more time period, then it will become ice. If it is deposited for the longer durations for the larger areas, then we will call it as a glaciers. Okay, so in the Himalayas, basically because of the such a huge extent of the glaciers, you'll see as a third pole. Okay. What happened to this today? Now they will ask you, they may not ask you just about the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, whatever the new innovations. They can ask you, okay, which of the following is part of the Ministry of Earth Sciences. See here, they are also having this monsoon mission, national monsoon mission. Okay, forecasting, improving their forecast and all, everything they are trying to do. Right. Another important thing, OSMART, Ocean Services, Technology, Observation, Resource Modeling. This program includes components like Indian Ocean Forecasting System for ocean state forecast and exploration of the marine biodiversity hotspots. What kind of marine organisms are there? Okay, what kind of resources are present within the ocean? Okay, all these things, all these activities are being performed. OSMART is also a very important thing. Recently, OSMART is in the news. Is the initiative of which department? This question can be considered. Okay, in the prelims, they can ask these individual questions. Now, everything related to the Ministry of Earth Sciences we have done. Okay. So now you got the bigger framework. Whenever you see the IMD, now you will link. Okay, this is a part of Ministry of Earth Sciences. They are involved in the weather forecasting, hazard prevention. Hazard means any kind of threat. Okay, it can be natural and man-made. Okay, some kind of like say earthquake has happened, some kind of tsunami has happened. Okay, volcano, stampede. Okay, all these are the hazard. When these hazards result in loss of life, then we will call it as a disaster. Hazard can be natural. Okay, generally they can keep on happening. But causing disasters means, disaster means some loss of life or property has happened. So that hazard will convert into the disaster. So focus on the conceptual clarity. I'm trying to build right from the scratch, right on the fundamentals. You need to revise these concepts again and again. So we have done this thing. So this is the main headings. Okay, that is what they are talking about. Now see here, Ukraine targeted in Russia's biggest drone attack yet. So this is a new form of war. Previously, even during the Cold War, even during the India-Pakistan 1971 war, Kargil war, their armies used to fight. Okay, like how many defense, like what is the human power you have? Okay, we'll say we are having the one of the largest man force in the army, but no more it is relevant. They are using the drones. Now see, like say they have used few lakhs or $1 million something, and they are preparing small drones. Now in order to take them down, you are firing the missiles. Missiles are very costly. How many missiles will you fire? So they are developing so many thousands of drones. So it is changing the dynamics totally. That's why Pakistan has also purchased drones from the Turkey. The same Turkey has also supplied drones to the Ukraine. Initially, Ukraine has attacked Russia. Russia used to attack with regular army and all. They have lost so many lives. Ukraine has used the drones. Basically, when you compare the Russian defense with the Ukraine is very small one. Okay, they do not have the matching that capability. In the same way, if you compare with the Israel's defense force with the Iran, it is unmatchable. But in the same way, even Iran is using the drones. They are using these drones to supply weapons to the extremist group. Okay, like say now in the Rakhine province, that army, that group is there. Now USM might supply them drones. Okay, chalo, go. If any Indian one coming there and starting the Kaladan multi-model project, okay, we will give you support and all. So these things are happening. All these things. So it is a kind of new age for the warfare. Next kind of attacks are happening. Okay, cyber security. So it is not general warfare. These kind of questions can be asked. No more your war is limited to the land. Okay, between the armed forces. It is more tech oriented. Some cyber attack. Okay, some drone attack. Okay, from some air using ballistic missiles, or we have seen supersonic cruise missiles. All these are tech oriented attacks. Now see, in the drones, loss of life is not happening. But when the person is moving, then even one person loss is also lost, right? So it can demotivate or discourage things. So they are using simply drones. At max, they might lose some money, but they have a lot of drones. No loss to life. So this is the new kind of warfare that is going on. You should be aware of. For sure, there will be some question on these lines on the mains, because this new kind of warfare we are seeing in this, even the West Asia, even in the India-Pakistan conflict, even in the Russia and Ukraine conflict, new age warfare. Okay, so that is the reason we need to prepare our cyberspace also. Cyber attacks also can happen anywhere. Okay, anything. Okay, in a different forms, anywhere, to hand, man to man. Okay, that kind of scenario is no more existing. Okay, anyway, Pakistan cannot compete on those lines with India. Okay, so they will use these kind of things. And also, can you see here the non-state actor, even Bangladesh? Okay, they are now trying to tie up with this non-state actor which is in the Myanmar. So they will not like, their governments will not like such a kind of collaboration. The same way we are also saying, there should not be support to these non-state actors, whoever is doing these kind of terrorist activities. Terrorist means terrorist. Okay, so all form of terrorist activities, India oppose. Now see here, can you see here the USA, what they are doing? So India should be careful. Now another news in the headlines, if you can see here. Okay, collegium system they are talking about. Collegium picks 3 judges for the top court. So let's move to that discussion. So we are clear with this. Very important thing. Focus well. Questions can come from here, and you need to use these facts in the mains. Minimus. Huh? Okay. Next time we will do. Ready to come. Okay. So the appointment of judges has happened. So this thing will keep on coming in the news. The most important thing that you will see always recurring in the newspaper is the collegium system. What is this collegium system? Before getting into that, this collegium system is the one which takes care of the appointments of the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, and also take care of the transfer of the judges from one High Court to the other High Court. But they are in the controversies. To understand that controversies, we will do which some other day, but let's understand what is the scenario in the judiciary. Okay, see here. There was recently one report was released in the 2025 India Justice Report, very important report. This is about the entire criminal justice system. Criminal justice system includes judiciary. It also includes your prisons. It also includes your policing, like everything. Okay, like entire justice delivery. So they have what they have mentioned about the judicial system is, this is very important fact. Law Commission said we need 50 judges per million population. But in India, currently judges to population ratio is just 15. Very less number of judges are available. And within those judges, there is so many vacancies. See, can you see here? High courts have 33% of the 33% is the vacancy rate, while district courts have the 21%. So you have overall 5 crore cases pending in the judiciary. 5 crore cases. Now see, if I am angry with this person, okay, or he is angry with me, let's take it that way. Okay, he has filed a case in the court, High Court. Now it is taking very long time. Okay, they are not giving any kind of result. He waited for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Okay, now he got angry with the judicial system. Now he is felt that okay, let's take law in my own hand and I will fuss up. Okay, so this is what happens when the judicial system is not working properly. Okay, if everyone will do what they want. So that's why we need a kind of good justice system. A justice delayed is denied. There should not be such kind of delays. If that should not happen, you fill up the vacancies, you do the judicial reforms, and see, if you have to do the judicial reforms, there should be some tech-oriented judiciary also. But amount of spending done by the governments on the judiciary is very less. No state allocates more than 1% of the total annual expenditure to the judiciary. So national per capita spend on the legal aid is just 6.4 per annum. So they will ask question, why there is a problem in the judiciary? What kind of problems you will face in the judiciary? Why there is pendency of the cases in the judiciary? Then I will mention these facts. Spending is less. There are so many vacancies. Because why there are vacancies? These vacancies are handled by collegium system. How many people are there in the collegium? 1 plus 4, Chief Justice of India plus 4 judges are there. Now they have to take care of all the appointments. They have to now see if you are preparing for the UPSC civil services exam. Now you know the syllabus, when to apply, where to apply, everything. But in order to get elevated as a High Court judge or Supreme Court judge, there is no criteria. They do not know where to apply, what is the criteria on which they will be accepted, why is there then will be rejected. Judges should take care of other responsibilities as well. The same judges, they will sit for hearing the cases, constitutional cases, legal cases, disputes between the center and state. Under article, we have discussed all this thing. Under article, which article the federal disputes will be handled between states and states? Article 131. So some articles are very important. We have already discussed article 142 and 143 as well. Go back home and revise what is that article 144 and 142 and 143. Now the same judges are also doing the role of appointments. So of course there will be delay and there is no transparency. Why you have appointed one particular person and why you have not selected that particular person. There is no lack of clarity. So there is difficulty going on. But how come this collegium system originated? Is it given in the constitution? This is not given in the constitution. It is evolved from the judicial judgments. In the constitution, okay, they have mentioned this thing. Okay. Initial framework. The original process for the appointment of the judges as laid in the constitution involved the President of India will appoint judges in consultation. In consultation. Okay, they have said they will consult the Chief Justice of the India. Okay. Later on, okay, now this when this was filed in the what does consultation means? Okay, this was went to the court in the 1981 in the SP Gupta case. We'll call it as a first judge's case. You can remember simply first judge's case. There, the court held that consultation does not mean concurrence. That means we need not say we accept it, we reject it, anything. Whatever we say, it is up to the president to decide. Concurrence is not required. We may say something. Whatever you want to do, you do. This is what said in the first judge's case. In the second judge's case, they said, no. Consultation means concurrence. Okay. So here we will be having some collegium system where there will be 2 judges. 1 plus 2. This was said in the second judges. In the second judges, 2 collegium system. They said consultation means concurrence. We should also accept. Now the president said we are going to appoint this person as a judge. Now, if that person is being appointed as a judge, the collegium system or CJI, they should be accepting it. If they say no, means no. Okay. In the third judge's case, they have evolved the collegium system. From 1 plus 2 to it has become 1 plus 4. Okay, this is how collegium system has evolved. Now, here judiciary is appointing the judges, but as per our constitution, there has to be separation of the powers. No organ of the government, no organ of the constitution. What are the organs of the constitution? Executive, legislative and judiciary. No one should be supreme. Everyone should be working with checks and balances. Now, if judiciary is doing its own appointments, how can this thing can happen? See, I will tell you one more thing that has happened recently in the Delhi only, if I'm not wrong. Okay, some fire accident has happened. Okay, so they went to help that building. Okay, some fire incident has happened. Okay, in that process, they have identified one particular judge was having so lot of money. Okay, so investigation has happened and all. Okay, then they said that okay, there might be some black money or some corruption has went into. Okay, so then there were cases that investigation has to happen. Okay, so then when the investigation should happen, in the judiciary, the investigation will not be open. It is in-house mechanism. Even judiciary itself will do the investigation through in-house process. Long back ago, there was a sexual harassment case against the CJ or the High Court judge of the Supreme Court. I think it is CJ. Even that thing was also done through in-house mechanism. The inquiry brought. So how can be that way? There should be some transparency, or else there is no accountability. If you have any kind of complaint with the judges, where do you complain? There is no mechanism. If you find any problem with the judges, only thing that is available is removal of the judges. So much freedom is given to the judges. You can't discuss about the conduct of the judges without passing some kind of motion, removal motion or anything. So you cannot pass the minor punishments to the judges. And the removal process is also very, very difficult. Till now, no Supreme Court judge has been removed so far. Okay, and even in that case which I have mentioned, they have done the in-house inquiry, but I think till now no FIR has been launched or anything. They have found the judge has been guilty or something, but no FIR has been launched. So there is lack of accountability from the judiciary. There is no transparency in the judicial process. We need reforms even in the judiciary. Back at some time, we were like, say, when judiciary used to say something, everyone used to have it. Judiciary said. Now even judiciary is getting criticized because these kind of corruption things are coming out. So many corruption allegations are coming out. So you need always checks and balances. So no, not one body should be having supreme power. Okay, the same thing now under Article 143 also, President asked same thing. Is it not the separation of power should be there? Why are you interfering in the executive matters? To some extent it can interfere, but at the same time we should have these kinds of checks and balances, which is not there. So in order to maintain those checks and balances, the government has passed NJAC bill, okay, Judicial Appointment Commission bills, which was passed, which became Act in 2014. It was struck down by the judiciary. Okay, it said that it is interfering in the autonomy of the judiciary. Okay, they have said something. Okay, primacy of judiciary is not given. Okay, in that there is I think one member from the government, okay, law member or something is there. Okay, some other person is there, eminent person is there. Okay, it is not happy with the composition, but somehow it struck down the entire act. So this judiciary versus executive conflict is going on. Even in your quality classes also you will study that kind of conflict existing during Keshwananda Bharati, 24th, 25th Constitution amendments. Later on, what is that case after Keshwananda Bharati? Then 42nd Amendment has happened, then Keshwananda. Okay, so these things, then 44th Amendment. So you will see this kind of conflict that is happening between the executive and the judiciary, even in the history, and it is now going on. So now appointment has happened. Okay, so some appointment has happened. I have given you the clarity. Okay, the appointment has done by the collegium only, but there is no clarity on this collegium process. So I have given you idea. Now later on, when you hear about the appointment, transfer of the judges, so what are the things that should come into your mind? Collegium system, but lack of clarity or procedure in this collegium system. That is first thing. There is lack of transparency in the judicial system. There is no mechanism to complain. Only thing that is done is removal of the judges. Okay, through a parliamentary process. Okay, it is not that easy process. Appointments are done through which article? Article 124 and the Article 217. Some articles must be memorized. In that Article 124 and 217, this is appointment for the Supreme Court judges, and for the High Court it is 217. One more prelims fact here is, who will decide how many judges should be there in the Supreme Court? It is Parliament. Parliament of India is responsible for determining the strength of the Supreme Court. Okay. While in case of the High Court, it is President. So what is the current strength? It is 34. Okay, it has, see, current strength is 34. But currently we have the accepted strength is 34. Okay, but we have currently around 30-31. And these facts are very important. There are currently 15 judges only. Okay, 33% of vacancy. Strength of women judges somehow increased. That is a very good thing. Can you see here 40% of cases in district courts have been pending over 3 years. 1 in 2 cases has been pending for more than 3 years in the high courts. Clear? So we have done in this same way like we are doing the Northeast. In the same way, even these things we keep on evolving. Like you are not trying to understand each and everything at one go. You have got some base. So always try to understand the concepts in your own language. After going back home, again recall what is this collegium, what is this first judge's case, second judge's case, third judge's case, what is the issue happening, okay, why there is so many pending cases, 4 crore cases, 5 crore cases, why there are so much pendency. Now you know 2 or 3 points. Okay, one point is vacancy is there. Okay, another point that you have is not proper investment. Okay, so only 1% of the resources is being invested by the state governments. Okay, that is a thing. Even strength is not completely full. Okay, only 2 points for now you have done. Okay. So as you go on, later on, you will understand more and more points why there is so many dependencies. So much of PLs are coming on. Judiciary is overburdened. Even it is overburdened with the collegium system to take up the different rules. Okay, like this, there are various reasons which we will do some other day. Now, one interesting thing we'll do. Okay, so there should be sugar boards. Okay, sugar boards has to be there. Okay, the so this was a thing that was said by the government. So why the sugar boards in the schools? Very important article. Children are facing type 2 diabetes because of the excessive consumption of the sugar. What is this type 2 diabetes? Type 2 diabetes is lifestyle issue. Okay, because of the lifestyle disorder, because of the excessive. What is diabetes? Diabetes means there is a excess sugar in your blood. Whenever there is sugar in the blood, insulin will be released, hormone will be released. What this hormone will do? It will come, it will check, okay, sugar is there, it will take the sugar and where it is required, it will deliver to that places. For suppose you are moving, you are walking or you are doing workout something, your body, your muscle needs sugar to perform the activity. Your blood will deposit sugar there. But you are just sitting idle and eating kurkure, eating chips, okay? Then insulin will say, "Arey, what do I do? Okay, this guy is releasing lot of sugar, but there is no requirement." Muscles are saying, "Yeah, he will come again and again. We don't need this." Okay? Then insulin says, "Chalo, let's deposit in his belly. Let's make it fat. Dump there. All the excess sugar, dump there, dump there." You are still not stopping. Belly is protruding. Still not stopping. Okay, again you are supplying sugar. Then every time, okay, insulin is coming, coming. After some time, okay, it will stop working properly. So you got your hormone is affected. So this is happened because of your lifestyle. This is called a type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, it is coming from the by birth. Okay, your insulin itself is not properly produced. Here in the type 2, insulin is produced, but this got properly not functioning properly. It is not able to do its job properly. And there is also one more diabetes, type T diabetes, which happens during the pregnancy time period. Okay, so are we clear? Type 1, type 2, type 3. This is very important. Now, basically, our calories from the sugar should be 25 grams. Okay, so that means maybe 5 spoons of sugar, 6 spoons of the sugar. That should be the maximum limit. But children are eating 50, 60, 70. Okay, just one of your per day. Okay, just in one of your cold drink tin, it will have 40 grams of sugar, 30-35 grams of sugar. If you drink one cold drink, one can, one tin, that's it. Your sugar consumption is met. Now you can imagine how much can be the sugar in dairy milk or any sugary items, processed items, everything, everywhere there is sugar, and also processed salts everywhere. Sugar and salt. In India, these lifestyle diseases are growing. Understand very carefully. The rising heart attacks, diabetes. You might be thinking, in India, there is a problem of communicable diseases. Communicable diseases means those diseases can be spread from one person to other. Okay, infections. Okay, basically, okay, like say even this mosquito bite infections, like say malaria. Okay, where they are biting you one person and then from there to other. Okay, basically when the country is developing, these kind of diseases will come. This used to be high in India. Now India is able to control them. Now we are getting more lifestyle based diseases. What kind of diseases? Hypertension. Okay, everyone wants to do this thing, that thing. Okay, everyone have a lot of stress, breakups, jobs, stress, this stress, that stress. So everywhere stress. So BP is rising, hypertension is rising. With that, no activity, only just a lot of everywhere, like either you have to sit and study or you have to do work on the laptops. Okay, so your whatever the cardiovascular health is there, that is also getting affected. Cholesterol is being deposited in your veins. So all these things, your arteries, not veins, your arteries stopped functioning properly. So heart attacks. So this thing is rising. India is considered as a diabetes capital. Diabetes capital. If this thing is not properly addressed, this is going to be a serious concern. There are rising cases of obesity in India. So that's why sugar board. Okay, in and around, sugar boards have been established in and around the sugar, like schools. These kind of fast food eateries, those things has to be restricted. The sugar like intake of the children should be restricted. It's very important. You guys monitor your sugar intake as well as a kids' sugar intake. If you are eating burger, jam, pizza, and you are saying to kids, don't eat, will you listen? No. Only when we have changed our diet, only then the children will do. Because these are very easy for us to get addicted. They will make in such a way that once we eat, okay, a little bit, 1 or 2 chips or fries, we'll feel like let's eat few more. Okay, this happens with all of us. Okay, so we should be very mindful. So this is the rising concern that is happening. See here, these are the problems that we are facing. So very important that you understand this concept. So they can ask this type 2 diabetes, type 3 diabetes. Now I am linking the same thing to another editorial. See here. This is the one. Manage anemia before pregnancy. This is another rising serious concern. Okay, like you go for the blood checkup, you will see most of the people will have either B12 deficiency or vitamin D deficiency or iron deficiency, especially women. You see a majority, like in India, as per this National Family Health Survey or also everything, 50% of the women are anemic. Anemic means you will feel you don't have energy. You will feel tired just walking from here to there. You might be thinking that is due to lack of activity or energy. No. If you do not have the iron in your body, okay, only this iron is playing the role in development of the hemoglobin, which carries oxygen, which plays the role in carrying oxygen supply to your entire body. If the iron itself is not there, then where is the oxygen for you? Okay, you will feel that constraint and you will feel always fatigue kind of thing, tired, restless, energyless. And many people are having this thing. Either they are having iron deficiency or B12 deficiency. B12 deficiency because we Indians, even though you are a non-vegetarian, generally we don't eat non-vegetarian food regularly. Saturday, no. Friday, something no. Tuesday, something no. Wednesday, something no. Okay, Sundays. Okay, but that is not sufficient. Most of your B12 comes from the animal sources. Animal sources means not just chicken, mutton or anything, even curd, even your eggs, milk products, anything. Lack of sufficient amount of nutritious food. Generally what is happening is basically because of the eating of fast foods which are highly processed without any of these things. So that is also one of the problem and concern. Many of them facing B12, iron deficiency, and that is why this is leading to the anemia. What happens if the woman is having anemia? One of the main reasons for why anemia for the woman is this is lack of nutrition. Poverty is also one of the thing because they cannot afford the healthy food. And even your PDS system, they are providing only rice, wheat. What will you do? At least focus on the millets. Recently only they are focusing on the millets. But just by eating the rice and wheat and millets, is it sufficient? No, it is not a complete meal. So because of these reasons, and also because of any kind of menstrual problems, even for these reasons, okay, there is loss of blood, severe loss of the blood. If that thing is not resolved, so there can be serious anemia. If this is not resolved, if women goes through pregnancy, this happens generally in the rural areas, the awareness will be very less. When they go for the pregnancy, either the anemia will be transferred to the next generation, the kid will come very weak. Some kind of weakness or some kind of malformation will develop. The child will develop. As they grow, okay, some kind of malformation might happen. Or in the worst case, mortality can happen either to mother or to the child during the pregnancy itself. It is very serious issue. Okay, that's why government is supplying this iron folic tablets even for the adolescent. Okay, they are providing this iron supplements, but that itself is not sufficient. We have to do so many things. It is not. We should not just focus on providing the free bus. Okay, they can travel anywhere there. Focus on this thing. Provide women more more support so that they can stand on their own. Okay, they can earn their money. They can grow well. They can have money to afford these kind of nutritional foods. Generally, what happens? What is the scenario in our homes? Okay, so basically, okay, if this much of rice is there, generally what parents might do, especially women, mothers, you might have seen. We are not hungry, you eat. Okay, if anything is left over, why to waste or throw it in dustbin? Let's put in our body. This is the general scenario. So if you see, especially our mothers, they will be having overweight also and also not having much energy also. Because whatever the leftover is there, they will eat, okay, or they will not be eating properly in a organized manner. Okay, something, okay, if they feel, okay, the food is less, they will sacrifice. Okay, if food is more, they will throw it in your very belly. So this is causing problems. So this has to change. You should be aware and you should tell your moms or father and all, no, eat this properly. This is required. Okay, this is how you need to be. Okay, you need to do exercise. You need to take nutritious meal and all. And the government should provide this awareness for them to make the food affordable. Government should also provide this employment opportunities, new avenues for them so that they get good money to ensure their nutritional security and anemia is resolved. Okay, so they can ask in the mains why there is a rising concern of the anemia. Okay, or in the prelims they can ask what are the major reasons for the anemia. Okay, B12, all these things they can ask. If you do not have the B12, you will get serious neurological issues. Okay, if you do not have the vitamin D, you will get back pain. Many students, like even during my preparation, I don't used to come out. This happens with you guys also. Okay, everything I used to study from home only, even everything like Swiggy or I'll tell my mom to get to bring it to me home. Okay, I hardly used to go out. So my vitamin D levels have fallen to such an extent that it has to be something more than 30 ideally. So my levels were 7 or 8 something. Severe back pain. Then I went for the blood checkup. There was no B12. There was no vitamin D. There was no iron, anything. Okay, then I have taken steps. Okay, I should focus on my health and all. So this is not just from the exam point of view. Even you guys should be very careful, very focused regarding the food. Okay. And here they are saying that we are diversifying our arms. So we should not dependent on only one country to get our arms. Previously, we used to depend a lot on the Russia. Everything we are importing from the Russia. Now we are diversifying little from the Russia, Israel. Then we are also taking things from the France, Germany. Okay, so we are diversifying our import basket. Okay, that is another thing that you need to know. Okay, that's all in this thing. Nothing much. Monsoons have been advanced. Okay, so some other day we'll discuss why the advancement of the monsoons has happened. Okay, what are the various things and also next in another class I'll discuss. Now see one more thing. Okay, in the northeast, just for you for the sake of revision, I have given this thing. Okay, we have discussed about this Shirui Peak, the festival. There, this group of people went there and displaying their flags. Okay, it feels like the other group might feel provoked. The Nagas are dominant in that region. Okay, now who are this? Meethis. Okay, in the Ukrul district. Okay, this festival is going on in the Ukrul district. Now you will remember Meethi, okay, Nagas, Kukis, at least three groups you will remember. Also Bodos we have discussed, and also another group we have discussed. Okay, yesterday. Bru group yesterday. Okay. See here now, one more thing, we are focusing a lot on the railways. Aizawl will become 4th northeast capital with the railway link. Can you see the scenario? Even capitals do not have the properly connected railway. This is the fourth railway. We are investing heavily in the railways. Now can you understand? For the person who do not understand the comprehensively, they will understand railway link, Naga, or Aiswal, railway link. Will it help anything in the UPSC preparation? Now you know why they are focusing on the railway link. Okay, what is the importance of the infrastructure? You know, in a bigger thing, okay, Siliguri corridor, Chicken Neck, because these countries, can you see? Wow, the borders, here you have the Myanmar, okay, here you have this Bhutan, and here you have the China, your Tibet, here you have the Bangladesh. So how important for us? All these are the forest areas. Focusing on this connectivity is properly important. See here, this is a very narrow corridor, Siliguri corridor. So we are also developing this way connectivity, and we are also developing the intrastate and interstate connectivity within these 7 sister states. So this will be a revision for you. Continuous, frequent revision is happening for you. So that's why I have taken up this thing. Okay, we have discussed the Amrit Bharat station scheme. In the Amrit Bharat station scheme, they have taken good number of railways from the northeast. Now see, another important thing that I want to discuss here. They have given one article on the MSME. So this is the classification of the MSME. I have told you previously, these are MSME means micro, small, medium enterprises, which are responsible for 40% of the exports, 40% of the employment, 37% of the gross value addition. I have said you, so I told you this thing. These are the ones which are playing crucial role in the employment. So their growth is very important for us. All the small industry, cottage industry, artisan industry, small things. When you go into the rural areas, you might be seeing some weaving, some cloth stitching activity, okay, or some kind of toy making. Very small small industries you might have seen. Okay, small activities. Okay, all this comes under the micro industries. These are the ones that are playing role in providing food for them. Okay, so this kind of facility is there. But as they are small industries, okay, first thing for the prelims, you need to know the classification. What constitutes to be micro, what constitutes to be small, what constitutes medium enterprises. In the recent budget, they have changed this criteria. Okay, so up to investment 2.5 crore, even 1000 rupees, you can say mine is micro industry. Okay, with investment of 1000 rupees. This is up to 2.5 crore and turnover 10 crore. Okay, and small enterprises 25 crore and turnover 100 crore. Turnover means whatever the companies revenues they have generated. Okay, it is not the profit. Turnover means the sales you have done, what is the money you have generated. Okay, that is the thing. So turnover 100 crores. Okay, medium enterprises means investment 125 crore and turnover 500 crore. You should by heart this thing. Now, they will ask in the mains if this year probably discuss the classification of the MSME and the significant challenges they face. Okay, because these are certain reports they have released. Okay, see here, 73.4 million MSMEs are there with about 62 million registered on the ODM portal. These are the reports released by the CDB and the Niti Aayog. So they have said these industries are struggling to get the credit. They are not getting credit. So even I myself do not know properly marketing. Even many people struggle to do the marketing and all. So how come the small people, like small industries, they may know the marketing, okay, cleanliness, hygiene, branding their products, getting proper credit from the formal sources and all. They are struggling on all these fronts. If we focus on this thing, then this can be a key player in the generation of the employment. Okay, here itself they have given a scheme called Swanidhi. Swanidhi revamped 2.0. Okay, Swanidhi. Swanidhi is basically government is providing loans to the street vendors. Now the street vendors means like many shops are there, Bhajiwa shops, Panpura, Pani Puri, all these things. So if you can grow, all these are the street vendors. Government is providing loans to them. Okay, so that they can develop their ventures. Why are we concerned about this thing? If they develop their ventures and all, they can generate more employment, okay, or they can take care of themselves. So we cannot provide employment. Government cannot provide employment to everyone. So like say you might have heard tea shops, they are running in lakhs also. Okay, in the month they are running 70,000, 80,000. Pani Puri shop, okay, they are running in the lakhs. Okay, so these things have a lot of potential. Okay, I need to drink every day tea lovers. There are many tea lovers. Students also love tea. Okay, so this is a very good market. So government wants to make this thing formal. Okay, government wants to make this a kind of potential, utilize this potential to provide the more employment. So that's why Swanidhi scheme important for the prelims. Now, see here, for your conceptual clarity, now you need to understand whenever we hear the unemployment, what is that unemployment that you need to clear? Then you should be having clarity. Total population 146 crores. You will be seeing in the news labor force participation rate every time. What is this labor force participation rate? Labor force participation means percentage of the population either working or actively seeking for employment. If I'm working, I'm the part of the labor force participation. If you are seeking employment, you have not got the job yet, you are trying, okay, then you are also part of the labor force participation rate. Some person, okay, you are in the preparation, now you are not seeking any job, you want to study, now you don't come under the labor force. Okay, so how much is the labor force participation rate in the total population? It is 55%. Okay, so it is somewhere around 81 crore. Is it clear till here? Now, within this 81 crore, how many people got the job from the people who are searching, and how many people have got the job? Okay, 77 crore has got the job. And this is called the worker population ratio. And whatever is the gap between the labor population ratio and worker population ratio, that is the unemployment. Okay, so how many crores of unemployment you have? Somewhere around 4 crores. In order to get the unemployment rate, unemployment value divided by the labor force participation rate into the 100, you will get the unemployment rate. Very, very crucial, very important thing. They will ask in the prelims, what is this labor force participation rate, workforce participation rate, unemployment rate? They will ask you. Very important. In the mains, they will ask what are the reasons for the unemployment. You brainstorm, you think, and you let me know. Okay, even in the comment sections, at least try to mention 1 or 2 comments. Okay, why there is a unemployment in India. Okay, we can discuss later on. Okay, from the mains point of view, you think of your own points, at least 2 or 3 points. Okay, why there is a unemployment, causes for the unemployment. Okay, I will give you the answer tomorrow. You think that will help you to develop your analytical skills rather than understanding things in a passive manner. You are participating in an active manner. This is most important for the UPSC. You need to participate actively to understand the skills. Okay, so I have given this revamped scheme, and now one more, I think yesterday's article I have missed, but that is important, so I have taken up. Okay, see here, this was the article that was given in the Indian Express. They were talking about the trade. We are doing trade deals. We have trade deal with the UK. Okay, they were talking about, so these trade deals can be beneficial as well as non-beneficial. It has certain challenges. But from here, what is the important point that we need to go? Again, crucial fact that we should understand from this section is, see, what is our total exports? $820. Okay, I always stress some facts we should remember. Okay, and that labor force participation rate is one such fact. Judges to population ratio is one such fact. Okay, like this, total exports, at least you should have a rough figure. $800. Total exports of goods and services. Imports are more. Imports are higher. Somewhere more than 800. Okay, it is 900. Okay, the gap is trade deficit. This is what we are concerned. So if you have gap, that means more dollar we should pay than dollar we are receiving. Imports, we have to pay in dollars. Exports, they will pay us in dollars. If the imports are more, then that means more dollar is going out. More dollar is going out means, that means, how does it go out? Someone purchase the dollar, right? So if someone is purchasing a dollar, that means they are demanding more than the supply, which is coming into your kitty, because exports are less. If demand is more, supply is less, what happens to the price? Price will increase. Now you understood why the dollar is increasing. Of course, when the dollar increases, rupee value falls. So that's why, because of this is one of the factor, not the only factor. This is one of the factor. We are not having that equivalent level of imports. Okay, so we are working on that. Now you need to understand within this why. Okay, once question was asked in the UPSC mains also, even in the recent state exam APPSC or TSPSC, they have asked the question why we have this current account deficit, or why our exports are not going. What is the problem with our exports? This was the question. Now in that, one factor is agriculture exports constitute to be $50 billion. Again, one more fact that definitely you should remember, $50 billion. But this growth rate of this agriculture export is not that good. See here, it is sluggish compared to the 20% annual growth that we have seen between the financial year 2005 to 2014. Okay, currently we have around 7% or 5% growth rate. It is not good compared to the 20% of the growth rate. And whatever the things we export, especially we export the rice. We are the largest exporter of the rice. But in order to produce rice, you need a lot of water. We are already facing water crisis. According to the Niti Aayog's the report, many states are going to face severe crisis by 2030. Already few of the states are facing water crisis. Now to produce rice, you need a lot of water. So you are exporting water. So this is another problem, right? So and whatever the goods that we are exporting, they are not that value generating. Basically, when you export like a high value oriented crops, like say instead of exporting rice, you will get 1 kg rice for 30-40, normal regular rice, not basmati kind of thing, 30-40 rupees. But one mango, how much? 40, 51 mango, single mango. That means 1 kg, maybe 90 rupees, 100 rupees. So can you see the price difference? So we should change the supply chain, means we should change the items that we export. Go for the high-ended things. So for that, we need to focus on the horticulture. So with this exporting these items, you will get good money. So farmers will become rich. Can you understand the linkages again? So that's why, can you think why the spice board? We have seen spiced scheme. Why they are focusing on the spices, cardamom. Okay, very costly, just little bit. Okay, coffee, tea. So that's why we are focusing on the different types of the items. Okay, at the same time again, we need to also focus on reducing the imports. But high items we import here is the majority, if you see here. Okay, these vegetable oils. Vegetable oils are basically not at all good for your health purposes. All these fast food centers and all, they use the vegetable oil. They are the one going to cause saturated fat, cholesterol, everything for you. Okay, but in India we do not produce a lot of vegetable oils, and that's why we import. Can you see here 45%? And India, pulses, we are the basically vegetarian country only. For everyone, we all of us eat mostly on our protein requirement, everything on the pulses. And we are the largest producer of the pulses, but still we are not able to meet the demand of the pulses. Pulses means in the Telugu, pappu, okay, dal in Hindi, okay. So pulses, we are not able to meet the demand, and that's why we import. So we have to focus on this thing, pulses and oil seeds, those things, okay. That's why you might have seen National Oil Seeds Program, even in the budget, they are focusing on this promotion of these oil seeds. Why the government is pushing millets? So that your rice consumption decreases and water consumption decreases. Stress on the water reduces. The millets is environmental friendly. Linking things, connecting things. Okay. So that's why we have taken up this issue. You must remember that facts. So in order to promote our exports, we should focus on these exports, and we should also focus on the items which we are importing. Okay. Then our trade will be benefited. Okay. This is what for today. See, I am doing a lot of efforts so that not just provide you random facts or some small facts. I am making a lot of efforts so that you develop a comprehensive knowledge about the current affairs. If you stay consistent, if you stick with me, okay, you will be very good in your current affairs. You yourself analyze. You have started maybe for 5 or 7 classes or 6 classes. You analyze where were you first day and now where are you. Okay, you might have known so many things, and material, you need not study again so many things. Okay, I'm already providing a lot of content. Reflections IAS is also making their efforts to provide you content and all. Focus on limited things, revise them regularly, repeatedly. Okay, always institution is also there for you to resolve your doubts. Okay, and make use of it properly. You put your efforts. Okay, it's like we also want your results, right? In your success, there is our success. Okay, it's like a harmonious symbiotic relationship. So you guys study well, and we are always there to support you. Okay, hope you are enjoying the classes. Thank you. Bye bye.